Does it seem like there are no good men out there? Does it feel impossible to find a guy you're attracted to online? Have no fear. Follow this 10% rule and you can keep your standards high and get the love that you deserve. I'm Marc Katz, dating coach for smart, strong, successful women and your personal trainer for love. Welcome to the Love You podcast. Stay to the end of this video to discover why you should never settle or lose hope. When we're done, I'll let you know how you could apply to Love You to create a passionate relationship that makes you feel safe, heard, and understood. So let's start here. Quality guys. There's not that many of them. Let's be honest. We could try to dissemble and try to convince you of something that's not true, but there's not too many quality guys out there. You go online and it's a bit of a shit show, and you scroll through guys and they've got, nothing to say in their profile. Their primary photos are entirely unattractive selfies. It makes you wonder why they'd even put them up. They're stupid, they're lazy, they're unmotivated, they spell poorly, they've got no teeth, and you're a liberal woman in a big city in the South and you're wondering the guy with the MAGA hat is not for you. Nothing against MAGA here, just saying it's hard to find the thing that you're looking for. And this is a truism, this is not an opinion. So what I try to posit to the women who are in Love You, and you guys are all in training to be in Love You. You, by virtue of being on my mailing list, my podcast subscribers, are in the Ivy League. Right? Smart, strong, successful woman, everything but the guy. So if you're in the Ivy League, you are allowed to be super selective with who you choose. These are real statistics. If you go to check out the matriculation and acceptance numbers in an Ivy League school, you're going to find that Ivy League school like Columbia or Cornell or something will take about 10% of its applicants, and a Harvard will take like 6% of its applicants. And again, these are top 10, top 20 schools, and there would be nothing wrong with you associating yourself with a top school. With that selectivity affords an amazing opportunity to produce a higher quality class. And if these universities take 10% of their applicants, they get 30,000 applications. They take 3,000 people for their freshman class, knowing half of them are not going to want to go to their school. They're going to want to go to some other Ivy League school. So you're an Ivy League institution. There's a whole bunch of guys out there online. All I'm asking you is to be open to 10% like an Ivy League university. 10%. Now, I'm not asking you to slum it. I'm asking you to do exactly what the top schools in the country are doing and give a chance to 10% of your applicants. If you don't give a chance to 10% of your applicants, if you scroll through 100 guys and you find one attractive, you're saying that you're 10 times more selective than an Ivy League university. You're 10 times better than Cornell and Penn. Those numbers don't work. And if Cornell and Penn only took 1% of their applicants, they would go out of business. They wouldn't have a freshman class. They'd be too selective for their own good. We have to hold these two things in our head at the same time. I'm not asking you to slum it or go out with a loser. I'm saying that in the big grand scheme of things, 90% of guys are not worth your time. 10% of the guys are potentially worth your time. So when you're going through 500 guys on Match.com, throw 50 of them on your favorites list. Right? That's going to be far more effective than saying, I went through 500 guys on the world's biggest dating site and I found nobody, 0% attractive. That is a losing recipe for any person who's trying to find love. This is an emotional thing. Right? I'm telling you to be open to 10%. And then you might be hearing me saying settle. I'm not. No one's happy when they settle. I wouldn't be an effective dating coach if I was telling you to settle. So instead of getting upset that 90% of men don't meet your standards, let's just take that as a given. And remember, out of the 10% of men, you only need one to make this whole endeavor worth your while. Cool? Cool. I'm Marc Katz. Thank you for tuning into the Love You podcast. For more episodes like this on YouTube, click on the subscribe button and ring the bell and choose all to ensure you get notified whenever new content comes out. And if you're listening to the Love You audio podcast, please scroll down to leave an honest review on Apple. More reviews equals more awareness of the Love You podcast and more love in the world. And if you're interested in being a part of Love You and getting coaching to accelerate your love life, click on the link below to apply. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon.